Hey everyone. So it is December 31st, the day I'm filming this, and it is close to 2021, which I feel like in my own perspective, I've waited for this for a very long time. Let's face this right now, 2020 was not the best year. It may have been for some of you. For me personally, no. But I feel like I could go into depth about this year, but I've done that already, and I kind of poured my heart out in that one, so I'm not going to go too sensitive into this, but I wanted to tell you all that I think we all should have a positive perspective when it comes to the next year, because I feel like we weren't ready for what happened this year. None of us were ready. Things came out of the blue, unexpected, and we ended up doing so many different things. But I will say, while 2020 was a rough year, I say that it kind of impacted our lives to the point where we can all change for good. Some of us might admit I didn't change at all. In fact, I got worse. I'll admit I got worse a lot during quarantine. Working on a little bit of an acne work again. Early YouTube memories for me. Anyways, I know I look like an absolute mess right now. I wanted to do like a super heart-to-heart video. I'm feeling real sick right now though. But I wanted to come on here and wish you all a happy new year, because I think we're all ready for a brand new year, fresh start, ready to do that. And I have many plans for next year. I know every YouTuber so far that I've watched has gone like, I have big plans. I have so many brand new things I want to do this year. And I think I mean it this time. I have different ideas I'm ready to put out for my channel. But my life's already changed in the 8 months I've done YouTube. And I feel like it's changed my life for the better. I got better with social media. I got better with being social over it. And just getting better being in front of a camera and putting myself out on the internet. But basically, I don't know what to expect for 2021. 2019, I tried to have like a good idea of what 2020 could be. Like I had a whole year planned out. Hang out with friends, do so many productions for my community, get straight A's in my sophomore year of high school. Some of those things happened and some of those didn't. But I feel like things work out for the best. I remember in 8th grade, I had signed up for a class without telling my family, and I started getting so miserable over it. I was like, I don't want to do this. This is going to ruin my schedule. My life's going to be terrible. Literally, in the first month, I want to say, of that schedule, I had the best time of my life that year. And I will say, on the importance of best year, the last few years haven't been the greatest for me. But I feel like this quarantine, for whatever reason, has made me a stronger person. Mainly based off the fact that I feel like I'm in the middle between an extrovert and an introvert. But I was definitely an introvert when it came to doing brand new things and making friends. But I feel like with doing YouTube and actually being on social media, I've gotten better at talking to people. Because as a person with very quirky tendencies, it ain't that easy to make friends. But I definitely think that I'm ready to try brand new things next year, because I've been hearing all over this year that your life is so short, you gotta go for it. And I think I'm finally going to do that. Oh boy. I don't even know if I'm gonna edit some of this video because I literally look disgusting. But that's okay. So, goals for 2021 for me. Grow my confidence levels, have a positive relationship with my mind and my body, because stress and anxiety overtook my life this year. Do all that I can, do the best I can, and just be a healthier person in general. Because over my entire life, I feel like being perfect at everything overtook like a lot of my brain space. I was like, I have to do straight A's in school. I have to do great on every performance I do. I have to be the perfect person. When I finally took quarantine to actually think and read books, because surprisingly I like reading, I kind of realized that the word perfect is undefinable in a way. Perfect means you're great at everything, but let's face this, no one is perfect. You could look at Kim Kardashian West. She ain't perfect. Who else could we look at? We could look at Scarlett Johansson. We could look at Chris Evans. We could look at Adam Sandler. We could look at anybody, including me and my classmates. I know some of you are watching this. Nobody's perfect. Even when I tell people that they are perfect, in my way of that, I'm saying that you are amazing. Are you perfect at everything? No, you're not. Because here's the thing. If we were perfect at everything, we'd all be robots. And that's not what the world is made of. The world is made of individuals. All different kinds. And I think we were able to explore that this year, especially with what I talked about in my last year video. I talked about Black Lives Matter and all that sort of stuff. I definitely got my eyes opened up to the world of what discrimination really looks like. Because I guess I was kind of closed-minded about it. Like, I knew what it was. I was like, racism is bad, which it is. But I feel like this year I finally got to explore the ideas of what abuse and racism really look like. It's not just blacks. And it's not just colored skin people. It's people of all types. It's age differences. It's skin tones. It's different ethnicities. It's sad. You know, it's been rough for a lot of people. And I talk about that in my video that I did a while ago. Man, I'm just throwing out that video. I think what I mainly am trying to say here is that 2020, while it wasn't great for me mentally, because I've got stuff happening up there that I'm trying to work on, it has made me, I feel like, a more confident and strong person. And so many people can come out once COVID's over. I feel like we're just gonna have such a different perspective on our planet that we're not gonna look at it the same. Obviously, we look at it as the planet we live on that gives us plants and air and water and all the basic necessities of a human being. We're gonna look at it differently though. It's not gonna be the same. This, I feel like, creates a brand new realization of how we view our lives. It was so hard for me to make friends and kind of view the world around me. Like, I've always been good at reading people. If they're okay, if they're happy, they're sad, all that stuff. But I'll talk about that another time. But I feel like once quarantine is over, once it's officially over, I will take all the new things I've learned while being in my room for the 8 months I recorded, and I will put that out into my actual social life. Because I'll face this, I do a lot off camera. I don't do every single second of my life. And I don't think anybody does that. Like, a lot of people will give up a lot of their privacy, but also in the fact that it's hard to explain because, one, I'm not a philosopher. I'm only 15. And, okay, am I gonna get deep again? Okay. Oh my god. I think one other thing I did want to mention in this video is that while I keep saying that this year was rough, I feel like for a lot of it, it was beneficial. I feel like in the beginning of 2020, so like for me, quarantine officially started in March 18th. So that was 9 months ago. I definitely think I'm a different person than when quarantine started. Especially when I started my YouTube channel. Like, I started it 2 weeks after quarantine started. I just view back on that video and I'm like, who is that person? Like, who is that dorky little young, just turned 15-year-old doing with a camera. Like, I didn't think my channel was gonna go anywhere. I didn't think I was ever gonna get confident in front of a camera on my iPhone. Yet I'm still doing this. And I've learned to love myself more. That's one thing I feel like quarantine actually did also. I'm not trying to make this about me in any way, but I'm trying to also tell you about what this time can do for a lot of us. And for me also, it helped with self-love. I absolutely hated my skin, hated my hair, hated my body. I hated everything about myself. I have very low self-esteem. And I've struggled with it for like 3 years. Like since middle school started. Once I actually took time though to get some advice and get into different channels and explore my creativity, I actually could look at myself in the mirror and actually be like, hey, there is a nice looking teenager. And I never made it in a way to like brag, but in a way of knowing that I don't hate everything about myself. I definitely think I've gotten better. I actually like my hair. I actually like my skin. I actually like how I look. And I got so much better creatively. I got into painting again, which I haven't done in years. I got back into poetry, reading, Broadway. Like, I actually opened up my mind to Broadway, which, don't think you can tell. I got so much better in my creative mind, like in the creative part of my brain, that it's great. Like, I don't feel sad and mopey all the time anymore. I feel more like me, if that makes any sense to you. I feel like myself. Because I think I was so lost in the beginning. Like, I had no idea what I was going to become. I had just been in my first year of high school. Like, you don't know what you want to do. But taking this year, definitely challenging my mental health, which was very hard to do. If you have mental health issues, or you're sad, or you have anxiety, stress, ADHD, PTSD, you know what I mean? It's good to explore that, and I'm glad I was able to, in a way, not fix it, but like analyze it to make myself a stronger person. Overall, before I go into another like 20-minute explanation, I think 2020, while it has been rough, has been one of the best growing years of my life. And while this was very long, I'm aware of it, I definitely think we are ready for a new year. I'm ready for a fresh new start to actually be myself. Get rid of that shy little girl that just started on YouTube and be me. Not being shy anymore, not being scared, not being fearful that I'm going to embarrass myself. I'm going to be myself. I want to be social. I want to be artistic. I want to be proud of what I do. I want to be me. And I think the quarantine and 2020 actually helped me with that. But I think I'm ready for a brand new year to show the world who Emmy Sky really is. If you stuck around, that's amazing. Like, you must really be okay with watching me. I still have a long way to go to know who I really will become in my later years, but I think I am ready to share that with the world as I've been doing. And I think with that, I wish you all very happy New Year. I'm posting this on the 1st of January or the 31st. Whenever I post it, just know that while this year was rough, it was probably one of the best growing periods for our society and maybe even for yourself. Happy New Year, all of you. See you in 2021. Let's say 2020 wasn't the easiest year.
A dangerous virus is spreading rapidly in China, and U.S. officials are very worried.
President and the states over the coronavirus pandemic.
It has nothing to do with the president or federal policy.
Pandemic, more than 63,000 COVID-19 fatalities.
This is truly an unprecedented situation.
This virus doesn't discriminate.
Again, whole mountains, hills and valleys engulfed in smoke.